Hello everyone, it's Laura Jane. Thank you for joining me today. I have the Build-A-Flower Triumph Tulip set from Altenew. It is lovely tulip that has several layers to it, some individual little branches, and then an extra fun little floof. Inside there is an inspiration guide that has several ideas to get you started using this beautiful tulip set. On the back there is the layering guide, which is very helpful in the 5 layers to the first tulip. And then there are 3 separate leaves which have a couple of layers to them for shadow effect. And then there is a second bloom that has 4 layers. And then a cute little floof. I call it just a really nice filler. Today I'm going to be using only 3 layers of the tulip, and I'm going to stamp them so that we can do some no-line coloring. When no-line coloring, I'd like to use warm sunshine to stamp the layers in. So I've inked up that first layer, and then coming in with another detail layer, again stamping right on top with the warm sunshine, and then a third one using warm sunshine for the very deepest shadows. So as you can see, I skipped the solid layer of this image because I wanted to keep a nice highlight. Then I created a mask so that I could stamp several leaves. And the advantage of these leaves is you can use them any direction, upside and downside. So then I quickly pinned in a stem from the tulip head down through the leaves. Then I'm starting with C001, and I'm using that artist marker right at the very deepest of the shadows. The lovely part of these Build-A-Flowers that have the multi-layers is the shadows are already placed for you with the stamps. So I don't have to guess, now where is this shadow where does it need to be? So I can just keep coming in with the darker markers and deepen that shadow. And once I have 2 layers of color with the marker down, my favorite thing to do is to grab that blending marker and smooth out the color, pushing the shadows down. Then I took the greens and I add those in, putting some shadows with the darker artist marker, and then again coming in with that blender to push the color towards the darkest part. I will have the artist markers colors that I used today listed in the description below. I pretty much just used yellows and greens and that Colorless Blender. Just wanted to keep it simple with the markers. So I'm going to turn up the music here so you can watch as I finish coloring. And I'll meet you at the end as I finish this up real quick. Once I felt like the coloring was finished, once I was happy with it, I just took a post-it note and traced around my arrangement here and then fussy cut it out and placed it over my bloom. Then I went and took the small leaf images from the Build-A-Flower set and quickly stamped with Sea Breeze, adding some interest with those pretty blue leaves and removing that mask. Kind of reveals that I need a little bit more blue down there at the bottom. So I went back and quickly stamped that. Then I trimmed the panel down to a slightly smaller than an A2 size or card base. Then used the Altenew tape runner to place it on the card base. And the last thing is placing a sentiment. I used the Obsidian ink and stamped that below. I felt like the sentiment was kind of lost in there, so I took a T ruler to give me a straight line and quickly with a black artist marker just added a few dots straight across. And there's my card. I hope you enjoyed watching me color today. This is part of the blog hop celebrating the release of the Build-A-Flower Triumph Tulip. I will have in the description box below listed the link to the blog hop, and you can join us there for more inspiration. We'll see you next time.